It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is AC/DC with Who Made Who, and the guy who was afraid we were not going to have a show tonight.
Who, me?
Chris Aiken.
I wasn't that. I was watch some movies.
I don't know what happened. Just some reason it just would not connect.
Well, we're here now. That's what matters, isn't it?
You might want to reconnect.
Fuck! All right, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, you were bouncing around there a little bit.
I still am. Hold on. Hold, please. All right. That better? A little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think you're bouncing around now.
All right. Hi, friends. We're off to a wildly good start.
Yeah, we are back, though.
Yeah, we're here. Hi.
Hi. Sorry about the inconvenience, but that's how it goes for, a free show that plays bumpers all the time.
Yeah, well, Eddie Trunk's always available if you don't want to listen to us fucking around.
That's true.
What's going on?
Well, I rebooted the computers like I always do before the show, and for some reason, I think the sound card or something on the, one of the PCs did not actuate or something.
Oh, yeah. I know. I was like, there's no way is this not working. I did an interview yesterday. I was testing with my phone. Everything's working. I was like, what the fuck? How can this be happening?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we're here. I played a couple of songs there at the beginning of the show that kind of had a little significance to setting the tone. As I learned that from the Indians, setting the tone for the week. Oh,
why? What tone did you set, sir?
Well, I started things off there with "Slave to the Grind."
Okay.
Which you and I had a tough week, both of us.
Yeah, it definitely was not one of the better ones. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I mean, this was just an exhausting week for me. I just, between training the new guy and, the influx of business and, getting other things that I do in the line of work, I was just exhausted. I think I fell asleep 2 times this week before 8 o'clock in the middle of the week.
Well, I can't relate to that, but I spent the week sick. That was my week. I worked through most of it, but Thursday I was just toast. I drove back and I had that fucking, like right before you get the flu when your eyes start burning and your head starts pounding.
Sure.
I had that for the drive home from Pittsburgh. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And I went and I just laid down in bed at like 3 o'clock and stayed in bed till like 10 o'clock the next morning.
So which one of the shows did you miss this week?
Which show? Seven Dust.
Oh, you missed the Seven Dust show.
Yeah, I missed Seven Dust even though I had a ticket.
Okay. That's
how sick I was. I just was not feeling it. So and I'm still not. I'm maybe 75% today, but you know what? 75% of me is like 300% everybody else.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I played another song there with a one of those goddamn bumpers that I play in between songs.
Yeah,
those annoying bumpers. But I don't know if you were aware of it or not, but a stunt man jumped the Snake River Canyon yesterday in a Evel Knievel style sky cycle.
I did hear about this, and he made it, right?
He made it. Successful. Yeah. Evel Knievel's son, his other son, not Robbie, but Kelly Knievel, paired up with Bob Truax, who was the NASA engineer who actually designed the sky cycle originally.
Okay.
They teamed up together along with a Hollywood stuntman who was sort of like me, a huge Evel Knievel fan. He's about my age.
Okay.
And he wanted to pay tribute to Evel Knievel and make that jump.
Yeah.
And so they basically assembled the team, more or less, the sons of the team, I guess.
Okay.
And they pulled it off.
Yeah, they made it over.
Yes.
So was there? I didn't see any of it. Was the thing all damaged when it landed?
No,
or anything?
The parachute opened like it was supposed to. I mean, it took off. I mean, it took off like a rocket because that's basically what it was.
Right.
And it shot over that canyon like a rocket and parachute open, deployed, and he made it on the other side. No issue.
Nice. Very cool.
So, but think about this, dude. Evel attempted to do that 42 years ago.
Yeah.
So think about the advances in technology and safety and, things like that played a part in being successful, yesterday.
Sure. I'm quite sure there were hundreds of thousands of dollars of computing that went into it to make sure it all went right.
But they used the original design plans that Bob Truax used for Evel's Sky Cycle, but I'm sure that there was, some updated technology that went into it.
Sure. I'm sure it wasn't a bunch of just, gadgets and diodes and shit like the original. I'm sure it had some modern stuff. But
they had it painted up just like the X2 Sky Cycle, and, he wore the red, white, and blue just like Evel, and he paid as close to, his original homage to Evel Knievel on this jump and was successful with it.
So will he steal Evel's thunder down? Will he start jumping?
You know what? No, here's the thing. This goes back to like the guy who's, nobody ever remembers the second guy who stepped on the moon.
No, not at all.
That's my point. Everybody knows about Evel Knievel, and of course everyone thinks he attempted to jump the Grand Canyon, but it was the Snake River Canyon.
Right.
And, nobody's going to remember that this guy did it successfully.
Was there a second guy, or is this the second guy?
This is the second guy.
Not necessarily the canyon, but was there another guy that was trying to jump buses and stuff, or no?
Well, there's other guys that do that, yeah.
Was there another big one though?
No, not like Evel.
Okay, I don't remember.
There was a guy. His name was Rob Einhorn. He was very close second to Evel.
Okay.
And then there was a couple of girls who did some jumps. I think the girl's name was Debbie Lawler.
Okay.
She did some jumps, and of course Robbie did it, and then there's Robbie Madison, who he's from England. He's done some pretty tremendous jumping as well.
Okay. But I was unaware if there was I was not the biggest Evel Knievel guy. I mean, I always watched him when he was on Wide World of Sports.
Mm-hmm.
If he was on Wide World of Sports, I was watching him hoping that he crashed, to be honest.
Well, that was part of it, but this guy's name is Eddie Braun.
Okay.
That'll be a name that'll never be brought up ever again.
Yeah, let's see if we remember him in 3 months.
That's my point. Nobody ever remembers the second guy who stepped on the moon,
Right, exactly.
But he did it yesterday, so, he paid tribute to his hero.
Well, good for you, Eddie. This is the one place you'll get some credit.
Exactly. So, anyway, he did, I saw some of the footage of it, it's out there.
Okay.
So you can see some of the video footage, but it looks almost identical to the Evel Knievel jump from 42 years ago. Except he made it.
Yeah, without falling slowly into the canyon.
Exactly. Exactly. So I thought I'd play that. I'd play that bumper in that song, "Hard Road to Hell."
Sure.
So that was my little tribute.
Very cool.
Yep.
Well, cool, dude. That's at least something good happened in this pretty much shit week, right?
Yeah, absolutely.